So let's get started. Here in this video, I'm going to tell you about how we can create a chains of AWS Lambdas, one Lambda being triggering another Lambda. So it is something like we are writing the output of one Lambda into as an input in another Lambda and completely automating the process where the first Lambda is triggering automatically and sending some response to some Sns topic, and then that Sns topic is triggering another Lambda. So let's get started and see how it goes. So in the second slide, you can see that I have created some architecture to make you understand how I'm going to create all these things, right? So in the second slide, you can see I'm creating a trigger using AWS Eventbridge, and that will run every few hours, let's say 9 hours or 10 hours, that you can configure and automate. I'll show you how to do that in another video, because that is an completely new process, another process. It takes time, and you can create your own custom event bus which can be associated or configured in your AWS Lambda. So in this video, I'm going to create two Lambdas. The first Lambda is being AWS Lambda Global Search LMS, that is connecting with a MySQL RDS. MySQL database is being sitting on an AWS RDS service, and this Lambda will fetch the records from those databases of MySQL database, and those records are being processed in this Lambda, and then it is being pushed into this Sns topic as a series of list of records in JSON format, and that further, this particular Sns topic, which is named as social GS stream, it will further push the records and trigger another Lambda based on as soon as it receives those records, it will trigger the another Lambda which is named as social global search propagator. So this is the complete architecture which we are going to follow in this video. So why wait, let's get started. Hey there. So first of all, we will start with writing some Python code and associating that Python code, uploading that Python code in our Lambda, right? So I'll show you some snapshot of the code which needs to be written in order to connect with your MySQL database. You will need PyMySQL package, which you can download using pip install, that I'll show you again in this video how to do that. And in order to process your records based on some time when they are modified or not, you can use datetime package or dateutil package. So here you can see the format of the endpoint which you are going to use as RDS host is like this, where you have some initial domain name and then the region on which your RDS is sitting, and then .rds.amazonaws.com, right? And along with, you will have some root username or simple username password which you are going to connect with, and the database name also, right? So this is the syntax like pymysql.connect, and then it will take series of arguments like your RDS host, username, password, database name, and this is an last one is an optional parameter like cursor class. You can completely remove it and still able to connect, and you can set some connect timeout also if you want, right? So next I'll show you some code which is this code is usually used to fetch some entities from your database based on some row ID, and I am limiting this to 100 records only for now, right? So so that I can show you, because if your database is going to be huge, then that may take some time in running your function, or maybe sometime it gives you some error on the memory of the lambdas are limited. So that's why it's always better to keep your data, fetch your data in chunks and then processing it in chunks, right? So what we are going to do is here looping through the data which we fetch from a query, and then inside this every row for we are creating a for loop using this cursor, and um, we are like printing every record inside the console. So in order to like in an easy way, just to show you what records are we getting from the database, MySQL database, and then what we are going to throw on SNS topic, right? So rest all the things which I have written below is like simple processing. You can change your logics of processing whenever you want. So that's all available in Python. Next, I'll show you how to download and install the dependencies inside your Python package. So as you can see in my folder list, there are some folders, like there's a folder named package inside which I'm keeping all my dependencies, all my packages which I'm porting in my Python program. So this is the command like pip install and double hyphen target, which if you are using a Windows command prompt, then you need to use double hyphen target to mention the location where you want to install this package, date, time. So uh, right after hitting, you can see it is collecting date, time and installing all the dependencies. Right, so it is successfully installed. Similarly, we are going to install all the PyMySQL and all the relevant dependencies which you are going to use in your Python code. After you're done with this, you need to upload your Python code in Lambda. So in order to do that, you need to zip your like this in Lambda. I have done this Lambda lms.zip. So similarly, you need to make a zip file along with your Python code. This is your Python file dot lambda function.py, and this is your package. So using these two things, you need to create a zip folder, and then you need to upload the Python code in your Lambda. So how you are going to do that, let me show you. So first of all, we need to go to our Lambda page in AWS, and then we need to click on upload, and it gives you an option to upload a .zip file. So you need to search your .zip file in your folders and then select it. So let's
and then
create
just
SNS
click on
topic.
save.
So after some time, if it is like heavy load, like
So
my
here I am
Lambda
in the
LMS
page of
is
Amazon SNS. You can
12.3 MB
search
of
it in
size,
the
so it will
your
not show some editor until
console, AWS
unless
console,
it
write
is
SNS,
less than
and
10
you
MB.
can come over
So
here.
it can show
This is
you
the
some
page,
editor where you can
right?
edit the
So we
package
can click on
for your
create
Python
topic
file
right
right
away
in the
and
in your Lambda.
use
I'll show
standard
you that
format,
in some
not a
another
FIFO. That will
video
be
also.
in the format of queue and
Right
order the
after it is
messages, but
done,
we are using
we'll move
asynchronous
to
messaging. We
creating
give
SNS
us
topic.
name social GS stream and then click on create. So now as you can see, our topic is created, and now we are going to create a subscription, and you can see that you can add AWS Lambda, and I'm choosing Lambda over other protocols. Like you can also use SQS or Kinesis data file hosts or any other destination where they are being subscribed to this SNS topic. Whenever some messages are coming in this SNS topic, they will be notified. But here I'm choosing Lambda over others because I need to create a chain of Lambdas being triggering. So I'm going to choose my Lambda among the list of, so this is the global search propagator, the second Lambda which I told you about. I'm going to select it. So whenever this SNS topic is being updated with new message, my this second Lambda will be updated. So you can also create a dead letter queue in case if some failed messages are there and you need to audit it and find the RCA like root cause analysis. But now as subscription is completed, now you can see that So moving ahead, now we can add destination in our lambdas. Destination is something like once your lambda is completed its execution, then you need to trigger that particular destination to notify it that once that the process of the first lambda is completed, so that it creates a chain. So output of the first lambda goes inside the another lambda. So if you can see in my screen, the I have already created a chain of lambdas. The global search LMS is having two destination already, but now I'm going to change it and use my SNS topic to be triggered after my lambda is completed. So let's see how I do it. So you need to click on add destination, and now you will be provided with some two options like asynchronous invocation and stream invocation. So stream invocation is like if you need some sort of like synchronous processing of the items, but right now I don't need that because I'm using SNS topic. So that has a asynchronous nature. I'm using this asynchronous invocation on, and the condition is on success. So you can only select one per condition, like only select one destination on success and one destination on failure in a lambda. So let's select destination type, uh, that is SNS topic, but you have four of them. You can use SQS or lambda, another lambda also, but here I'm using SNS because that is our architecture, and I'm choosing my SNS topic over here. Let's see if I have that permission. So it is giving you this alert that if your function execution rule have that permission, then only you can send the result to the destination. So in order to set the destination, you must have all the required permissions. So this is the it's showing that you does not have permission to call publish on this social GS stream topic. So I'm going to back to my lambda configuration and then permission area. You can see this is my execution role, which is having some basic execution like lambda execution VPC policies, but I need to add some new policies so that I can publish my messages to the new SNS topic. So I click on attach policy, then you can search here SNS, typing SNS, and then you can search if there is some policy regarding SNS. So I got one Amazon SNS full access. I'll select it. There are some more for SNS. So you can see that SNS full access is there. If you it is allowing all the services, and if you want, you can remove the SNS role, and I mean, you can always remove and add. Always remove or add those. Now you can see the SNS topic is being added as a destination in my global search LMS, and the asynchronous invocation is being also added in the destination, right? So let's move forward. And now I'll add some trigger in my lambda. That means in my second lambda, that is global search propagator, I'll add the same SNS topic as a trigger. That means whenever the first lambda completes its execution and sends some message to the SNS topic, it should trigger, that SNS topic should trigger my second lambda. So as you remember, I have already added my second lambda as a subscriber in my business topic. So you can see in my screen that global search propagator already have one trigger of Eventbridge, but now I'm going to remove it. I'll add some trigger. So I'll choose SNS topic from the list, and I'll select my topic which I created, that is social GS stream, and I'll click on add, and it will be added just like that. So you can see I have already tried so many times. I have tried some other examples also of adding some uh, routines like running triggering my lambda based on some after few hours automatically, but now my as you can see that SNS topic is also here. So once my first lambda triggers this SNS topic, then this second lambda will also be triggered.
Now, what we will do is, because we are reading records from MySQL database, there might be conditions where you will get a huge payload from your SQL database, and in order to process it inside the Lambda, you need more memory than what is required. So by default, every Lambda has 128 MB of size, but we will be increasing it to 512. So in order to do that, you need to go to your configuration and click on general configuration settings and change the memory size or timeout size, right? So by default, the timeout and memory size is like, memory is 128, so I'm going to change it for 512, and timeout is 15 only for me, and you can change it according to your need. Right, so moving forward, we'll see, clicking on invoke, I'll run my Lambda now, and it is time to run the first Lambda and then show you the result in the console, and then and we will see how it is going to invoke the second Lambda. So we will check the Cloudwatch logs also of the first Lambda and second Lambda, and then we'll compare the results and the payload. So this is my first Lambda, do you remember, global search LMS, and now I'm going to invoke this particular Lambda to see how it is fetching the result from my SQL database. So after clicking on invoke, you can see it is executing and showing me the result. It is quite fast. So currently I'm only processing 100 records. You can see and have a look about, I mean, remember all these records, so that we once we see it in the second Lambda, we'll remember, okay, these are the same records. So digital marketing channels and blockchain and all these records are already there in my MySQL database, and I'm fetching and printing these in my console. So this is a list, and you can see the row ID is 100, and that means the first 100 records are being fetched already. Now I'll go back to my second Lambda and see if that is being invoked or not. So in order to see, we'll see read response, we'll check. So this is my first Lambda. You remember that this is my records which were printed on the console, right? So these are the same printed items which you can remember, and I'm going to the second Lambda, global search propagator, and inside the monitor you can click on Cloudwatch logs to see. So once it is loaded, you can see the latest log stream, and this is my latest log stream. You can click on it and check all the items. Okay, it is already printed all these items. This is like huge, so it is like blurring a little, but I will copy it and show you what exactly it is coming. So it is already fetching all the records. Along with that, it is also fetching the event source, that is my AWS Sns topic, and the name of the topic which is generating this result, and also invoking my Lambda. The Lambda which is throwing these messages to the SNS topic is also being like global search LMS. You can see the name of that. So I'll copy this particular payload and parse it in a JSON parser online and show you what exactly we are getting in the second Lambda. So I'm going to online JSON parser, and we'll check. I'll copy paste my payload here. So you can see inside the records there's an event source. There's a AWS colon SNS, and
all the social routines, and the global search LMS Lambda function, which is invoking this request to the SNS topic, is also mentioned over here. AWS SNS topic is the event source, which is triggering my Lambda, and the name of the SNS topic social GS stream is also shown here in event subscription ARN. You can see. So and the type of SNS, and inside that this is a response payload under which all the 100 records of the rows, you can remember these records, we watch it in the console of the first Lambda. So this is coming under response payload, right? And so these are the like 100 records which come in the response, and I think we have completed this cycle of triggering our lambdas, and like, right, so this SNS we will be selecting inside the record. So I'm going to show you how to write the Python code to fetch the records from this SNS topic. So until now, you can see that I have used the print statement only. Now I will click on like, I'll fetch the all records from I'll use event records, and then I'll create a loop of records, and then print all the list of records, and then process them accordingly. You can process your records according to your own requirement, but I'm going to list down and print them all one by one, so that you can understand that okay, you can fetch the records from SNS topic, which is triggering my lambda, and then print those records in the inside the console or process them according to your need. So you can see that I'm using SNS and then response payload. So you can always confirm if it is request or response payload which you are using, and then you can look through it and print it every item. So for course in course list, and you can print all the courses here. So you can click on deploy to deploy your changes, and then you can rerun or invoke it based on some dummy test data. You can click on test inside the Lambda page, and invoke your Lambda to just test it. So that's all from my side. I think we have successfully we have checked successfully that how one lambda is like sending the messages and invoking another lambda using SNS topic, right? That is our goal, that is our architecture. Initially we had that architecture in place. Let me show you. So I'm going to show you all the I'm going to show you that particular architecture, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know your feedback in the comment section. Please like and subscribe my channel. I'm going to show you more of such mini projects, or the enterprise level corporate solutions of the problems which usually people are facing. This channel is for experienced people, and uh, to like help you in the ongoing problems. So thank you so much.